Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon, here on Stoneblock 2. So last episode we went and got the EMC table and fought the Chaos Chicken. And I have done quite a bit of work in the meantime. I've finally got the Chaos Chicken quest to complete. I also finished off the storage quests that we still had to do. And now the only things that are remaining are fill the EMC table and the last few of these EMC batteries. And the reason we haven't gotten the EMC batteries is because we don't have the EMC to be able to create more. But I am working on that. We have a thing of balanced clay here that's charging up to be crafted. We're almost at 0.5%, which is good. I've also got these 4 structures here, which are producing alchemical coal, which is all flowing into this personal EMC link, and we're getting about 45,000 EMC a second from that. But we aren't going to be working on that today. That's mostly a lot of waiting around. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be working on this last page here, which is Thaumcraft. So although I could probably just get a bunch of these items just from the EMC table, we're going to do our best to actually get them the proper way through the game. So it looks like, since I don't think we can get the book, yeah, we need infusion crafting, arcane stone, yeah, an arcane workbench, and a bunch of other stuff that I suppose we have to figure out how to make here. So it looks like the first thing we have to do is make Salus Mundus, which is get magic crystals from sieving gravel and place them on the ground, mine the back up to get the Viz crystals, and then take a nap. Well, I have a bunch of these crystals that were left over because they won't fit in our downstairs storage system. So I guess we can just place those down. Oh, that is an interesting sound. Then we just pick those up. Your fingers tingle strangely as you handle the crystal. What does that mean? Maybe some rest will inspire you. Alright, I guess that means we just need to sleep. So let's pull out a bed here. And I guess we'll just plop it in the middle of this room. Spawn. Can only sleep at night. Oh, we can't exactly tell when that is. Let's go get a clock. I love that I can just pull stuff out of here. Let's just get a regular clock. And it looks to be about midday. But we should be able to see this changing. Huh. Is time even shifting in this dimension? Or am I going crazy? I might just be going crazy. Let's go check out the mining dimension. Alright, so it looks like the time is actually changing here in the overworld, or what is supposed to be the overworld, which makes sense. Just apparently I don't know how fast time moves in Minecraft. So here we go. Sleeping, apparently for the first time, which does make sense. You're waking from a strange dream. You quickly write it down before the memory fades. I had the strangest dream last night. In the dream, I took 3 of those strange crystals I've been finding and ground them with a handful of redstone in a bowl, using a piece of flint. The crystals had to be of different types, but if I did it properly, then the result was a strange glowing dust. In the dream, I took the dust and sprinkled it on a bookcase, but the dream ended before I saw what happened. I wonder, should I do what the dream showed? I have the impression the dust was going to reveal something wondrous, but dangerous. Oh, we've got 3 different crystals. I went and gathered up the other ones that I had. So we need bowl. Yes, I'm just grabbing them from here because easier. Flint. And we'll just snag the redstone from here. Alright, I think this is probably going to be our cave for this particular one. Yes. 3, a bowl, a piece of redstone dust, and a piece of flint. There we go. And now it wants us to put that on a bookshelf. Ooh. The Monomicon. Well then. First steps. Who would have thought that a few sprinkles of dust could have created this marvelous book? It is mostly blank, but it hints at a powerful new form of magic, the Mattertree. Firstly, I need to study the magical world that has been shown to me. That I will need a tool, a thermometer, the book calls it. A normal crafting table won't do, however, since the magical energies I need to channel while crafting it are quite delicate. Sprinkling of Salus Mundus on a mundane crafting table should solve that. The book has taught me the proper incantation to use, so it should be a simple matter. To keep myself on track, I will make a list of all the requirements that need to be met on the first page of each new entry. Okay, so it looks like that is the page. And it looks like we got a few more things that we can read here about types of knowledge. So it looks like we need to run back to our storage outlet to grab a few things. So we need redstone dust. And I could just grab a crafting table out of the EMC table, but we'll just use a piece of wood. We've got plenty of that. It's easy enough to grab, so let's make that into a crafting table. And then we will grind up our 3 different Viz crystals once again. Hopefully we don't have to make too much more of this Salus Mundus. And we'll replace our center block marker with that special crafting table, because I am expecting to have to use that quite a bit for this. So what was it called again? The Arcane Workbench, I think? So let's put that there. Yep. There we go. So let's see what the book has to say on that. Progress. I now have an Arcane Workbench at my disposal. It works much like a mundane crafting table and can even be used as such. However, there are a few key differences. Firstly, many arcane recipes will require use of those Viz crystals I've been finding of late. They act as a focus for the magical energy I need to channel into the items I craft. The book calls this magical enemy Viz. Supposedly, this energy is all around me, but as yet I cannot perceive or measure it. It's time I craft a thermometer and use it to study the world around me. It should clearly mark those things I still need to examine. This bookmark to keep the thermometer recipe on the right. Okay. So gold, glass pane, and it looks like all of the Viz crystals. I should be able to quickly grab all of those. Okay, so all the Viz crystals acquired, as well as the gold and the glass pane. So, 1 thermometer. However you pronounce it. You've learned something new. Oh, let's see. What do we have on here? Alright, so we have that checked off, and we need an observation of the fundamentals to complete that page. It's theory crafting, where we'll get describing materials in a research table here shortly. Now, how do I make an observation? I guess just like that. Learn something else new. Apparently I learned something new from doing that. Nothing new can be learned from that. Okay. So I think we just run around and look for stuff that sparkles. Oh, apparently we completed the first stage. The strange wonders are being revealed to me. Peering through the lens of the thermometer shows me a world coursing with magic. Viz, as the book calls it. Normally this energy is a pure ocean of magic that ebbs and flows, but it also permeates all things, both animate and inanimate. The book calls Viz in this state Essentia. Where Viz is formless and pure, Essentia is more rigid in its nature and falls into a multitude of clearly defined types, each mixing together with others to form greater and more complex types of Essentia. I'm not quite sure if the matter it is bound to gives Essentia its nature, or that the very nature of matter depends on the Essentia it contains. This bears further study. I'm keeping a log of all the types of Essentia I discovered. The bookmark on the left will show my current knowledge. For now I need to focus my energy elsewhere. Studying Essentia might be a good place to start. So it looks like we have a bunch of stuff here. Looks like there's a few that we haven't quite learned. It does look, however, that we have most of them here. I'm only seeing like 3 or 4 that we haven't found. I guess we can just look at stuff to find more, which is good. So let's see what else we have to work on. Discovering alchemy. Oh, well, we've already gotten that much. And since it looks like I'm going to be reading a lot from this book, I'm going to just start summarizing these pages. Doing simple potions has its use. Try to learn more about alchemy. Recent discoveries have given me new insight into the world. Will require some experimentation. Cauldron is right shape and size, but what is effectively a big metal bowl. won't be able to hold the energies I wish to manipulate. Apply some Salus Mundus to a cauldron. Okay, that's simple enough. But first, I think I'm going to keep running around here to find more stuff to learn, just so we can gather up as much as we can. And then I guess I'll be back with you. There's a lot of stuff in this cave to look at. Alright, new piece of Salus Mundus obtained, along with the cauldron. Transform that. And looking in our quest, we also need to place down this wooden table and use scribing tools on it to get this research table. That research there. I get 2 things. With that one. Some research. Needs plenty of paper and ample ink. So if I am reading this correctly, if we stick paper and ink into this table, and we select various pages that show up, and give it the items that it requires, we will start to craft theories that have certain categories attached. So it looks like we get a choice of 2, and it looks like we need to get to 100% complete in a certain category to get a full theory. And the highest category will get the full bonus of something, and all others will lose 33% of their total. Okay, so it looks like we can have theories that have multiple research categories, I think, if I'm reading this right. It's just that the highest one will have the max. And then this looks like there's research aids that will direct the research in certain areas. Come in the form of limited special draws that have a chance of occurring. Each aid you use reduces your initial inspiration, which is what we need to craft the theories. Okay. We'll get paper into that later, but we now have the crucible to look at now. City Magical Light is now exactly what I need now. Glowstone is a city light source for a source of heat and filled with water. As it boils, you can start adding things you need. Create a substance that has been named Niter. Find objects with the required essentia and throw them into the crucible, and then add a handful of glowstone dust. Okay. So we need to toss in some Ignis, some Lux, and some Potentia, and then glowstone dust. I guess it's time to go pull stuff out of our storage system and see what we can use for this. Let's get the glowstone out because we've got plenty of that. And it's also the one item we know for certain from this recipe. Now we just need stuff with the other energies. There's Lux, so we could stick some of that in. I guess Ignis is going to have to do with fire. That we can use blaze rods for that. Let's see. Not getting any essences for that one. That's kind of weird. Guess we can't use blaze rods. What about blaze essence? Nope. Maybe if we convert the blaze rods to blaze powder? Maybe that'll work. Apparently that doesn't have Ignis essence either. Kind of weird. I would think that something with blaze in the name would have Ignis essence. Even fire essence doesn't have it. Oh, I guess I will have to play around with stuff. Now, let's take a quick look at theory crafting. Paper, not useful paper. Stack of paper, and we'll do half stack of ink. So we got the paper in there. Let's get the ink. Is that already full then? I guess we can start crafting. So let's see, 50 page. So we got concentrate, which looks like it's got alchemy, I think it is. And experimentation. Concentrate requires a Viz crystal, which we could easily just grab. So let's see, let's try and go with this one. Do we have to drag it or not? Is something wrong with the table that's preventing us from crafting it? I guess we have to do experimentation. Let's see what the next section is. We got fundamentals and alchemy. We do not have any of the stuff for either of those, so we're going to scrap that for now. Alright, so that seems to be burning. So I believe... Okay, we tossed that in there. Okay, so let's see if there's any new research with the... I did not mean to drop that in there, or to empty the crucible, apparently. Guess we gotta go get our stuff back from the EMC table. And with that refilled... Anyway, now we just gotta wait for that to boil again. Then we can toss in our glowstone here for Lux. And our alchemical coal for everything else. And then I believe we tossed that in. Nope, that didn't quite make it. Let's toss. Thought that was supposed to produce niter. How do we do this? We toss glowstone dust in. Throw in the catalyst. So I guess I just need to go grab another piece and see if that'll do it. Okay, so we have the glowstone that we need as the catalyst, and it said to just toss it in, and nothing happened. And that just emptied the whole container. Okay, I am confused. Alright, so I have refilled the crucible with everything that we need once again. And now we're going to find out if tossing in a bunch of glowstone is going to craft what they need with the niter. So, let's see. Try one. And now let's try a bunch. Nope. No luck. I have no clue what I'm doing wrong. Alright, let's see what else we have. I think we're casting a caster's gauntlet and vis resonator. So for that, we need an iron plate, which is really easy, and nether quartz. And then iron and leather. I've got plenty of leather, plenty of iron. This shouldn't take us too long to get. So I'm going to go gather that stuff up and figure out what the heck we're doing wrong with the crucible. And then I will be right back. Alright, so I still have no clue what I was doing wrong, but I did manage to get some yellow niter. Apparently more. There we go. It seems that we need to click on the crucible with the item instead of just tossing it directly in. Now that that is complete, let's check our book to see what we have left for quests. So it looks like on that branch we have stuff for some venting ports, and the liquid death bucket we should easily be able to get since we have a cow for it. I do also have the stuff for the caster's gauntlet. We can craft that so we can move on in the progress in the Thaumanomicon. So let's see what we have in there. So the first thing that we can do is check off the Discovering Oromancy, because we've completed everything for that. And let's see what else we've unlocked. So apparently our gauntlet is currently a magical wrench, basically. And the path before me is clear. So where does it lead? Looks like we got several things here. So magic tallow, so Ignis with rotten flesh, that's really simple to get. Alchemical brass. Is that one of the things we're missing? No. Okay. I have some alchemical brass already. So just pulling out an ingot of alchemical brass from our pool does not seem to work. So I guess we have to craft it the way we are supposed to. So let's toss a wooden axe in there, and an iron ingot, and there we go. So let's mark that as complete. And it looks like we got another thing for that. So I guess I am going to go and keep following this book, because I think completing what's in here will allow us to complete all of these. Looks like the main things are a clockwork mind, goggles of revealing, an infusion altar, and a bunch of other things. Like this advanced focus, workbench charger, and a vis battery. But since I know we can get the bucket of it now, I'm gonna go grab the bucket of liquid death. And I am so glad we have the fluid cows, because this would probably have taken us quite a bit longer to get. I'm sorry, wait, what? Just... Okay, that is an interesting title of the quest. Anyway, I'm just going to keep following this book until we get to finishing it, because it looks like doing that will allow us to finish all of the quests that we have here. So I'm going to go get a few more things researched in the book, and then I will be back. Yes, to do fusion crafting? Yeah, fusion crafting. All right, so quite a bit of stuff has changed. We have a full set of crystals as well as these jars that contain essences. Got this Essentia smelter here, which we just toss in some items. It'll smelt them down and separate it out, which we can then separate into our full set of jars. We've got this workbench charger, which allows us to collect the energy from a wider area. We have this ever full urn filling our crucible. Also got this focal manipulator, the arcane pedestal for fusion crafting, and this setup here, which is basically to give us nether biome. And basically this one square, because I needed it for one of the pages of the book. And that's the only way to visit the nether in this pack. But that is the extent of what we've gotten done, nor the stack of fluid cows there. We've got quite a few things unlocked in our book now. Got this thing on Flux where we're waiting for it to build up so we can find out about this Flux cleanup. We've got a bit of Oromancy here. We need to do stuff with this Advanced Foci, so we need to craft one. Got most of Alchemy here done. We just need to craft the items for the Essentia transport here, because those have a quest for them. But I think first we're going to do some infusion. Where was it? Yes, Artifice. Lamp of Growth. So we need Artifice Theory, and we need some bone meal. So this will basically let us grow plants faster. Cane lamp from which it's made. The lamp of growth does not cast as much light unless it's provided with herba essence. Any plants which grow where its light shines the brightest will grow much faster than normal. So it looks like we need a gold ingot, or 2 gold ingots, 2 Terraviz, 2 bone meal, and an arcane lamp, which we can just pull most of that out of the EMC table or our storage system. Alright, so everything grabbed. How is this supposed to work? Let's see, basic infusion. That doesn't look like it's going to help us. 7 more pedestals placed around the altar where you can place the blocks and items you wish to infuse. You need warded jars or similar essentia containers holding the Okay, so we need pedestals around this altar. And we need to infuse an arcane lamp with these 6 things. Alright, so it looks like I need to go grab some pedestals. Don't know how many exactly, so I'll just grab a bunch. I guess 12 maybe? That should be good. It's enough to craft this thing anyway. And besides, we can always grab more if we really need to. It's not like these things cost a bunch of EMC. So now I believe we just need to place those around here. And that should make this thing work, if I'm reading the book correctly. Now we also need to grab the essences that we need to infuse into this. And what do we need for the lamp? We need herb, light, life, and instrument. So, herb, life. No, I've got a partially full life one. We'll use that instead. Light. And our instrument container is way up here. I'm glad we can fly. Okay. So if I'm understanding this correctly, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need the arcane lamp in the center. And we need bone meal, Terraviz, and gold on these pedestals out here. So now once we get all of those on, I get the feeling that that should be glowing. And that should be everything correct. So where's the Thaumanomicon? There it is. See how we are supposed to turn this on. Click on the reading matrix with the casting tool to start the process. I would guess that it's the caster's gauntlet that we need. Let's see. Let's try that. So, nope. Maybe there's something called the caster's tool we can search for. Quick search in the JEI revealed nothing. Maybe there's something about it in the book. Maybe this focus is what we need? No? I really do not know what I'm doing wrong here. Got all the stuff. Did I built the structure incorrectly? I thought I built it right. But I guess we can check and rebuild it and see what happens. Alright, so we've got the 4 jars that we need in the corner. And if we consult the Thaumanomicon for the design of what we need, Arcane Stone, Arcane Pedestal, and a Runic Matrix, yeah. Which is what we had. So we need those there. Arcane Stone. And now if we build this up a little bit, we can place in the Runic Matrix that we need with a block gap above the pedestal, if I'm not mistaken. And that should be the completed structure. Let's see. Check. Well, that looks identical to what we have. It should be working. So let's put the pillars that we need around it. Apparently we never scanned the matrix with the Thaumanometer. Or any of this. And with those back in place, and let's try this again. Okay, so that's everything on the pillars once again. We've got all the essences in here, and we've got the casting gauntlet, which as near as I can tell is what we need to use. And nothing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. We need to do something with the focuses to make this into the tool that we need. Okay, reading through here, I think I've figured out what it is. Ultra's crafted with the use of Salus Mundus. We never used any Salus Mundus. That's why it's not working. Okay, magic dust obtained. And let's grab our lamp and use the Salus Mundus. There we go, it's starting to glow. And there we go. Apparently nothing new can be learned from it. Alright, that should be working now. Get our arcane lamp back in the center. Click that with the caster's gauntlet, and that is starting to move and glow. So I think it's working. Did we not activate it? Oh, got essence flowing in. So I think this is working as intended. I don't know. I've never done this before. It's actually kind of cool watching all that dissolve. Oh, okay, I guess that works. That was easier than I thought it would be after we actually got it working. So now let's go and stick this in our powerful cop room. We will need to put some herba essence on that. So with that now completed, so let's check our list. Can't make the crossbow yet. The Arcane Bellows are the same way. Let's see what we have in the book. Advanced Control Seal, a Golemancer's Bell. That's pretty simple. Quartz and a stick. Sounds like we don't have a bunch of quartz. In fact, we have more quartz than I know what to do with. And there we go, we got one Golemancer's Bell. Now for the control seal, we need a blank seal and Avaricio. Says is conflict, and looking at this, looks like it's mostly swords. So a wooden sword should be enough, right? Might as well make it a higher level one. Might not have enough. Yeah, it's only one. Stone maybe? You know what, let's just go with a glowstone sword. That should definitely have enough for what we need. So what do we need for this blank seal? Niter, clay, tallow, and red dye. Tallow is just a bit of fire and rotten flesh, which we got plenty of fire. We have plenty of rotten flesh. Actually, no we don't. And we kind of do. Got up enough before I changed the storage system for the mob farm. So that's something else I went and did recently. Set up all of the storage chests that we had down there. Drain into our EMC table, which apparently not potions. So with our mob farm storage all sorted out and our inventory not, we can now craft the tallow that we need. So there's the fire. And if we can do this right, I do not like using the crucible. Got that first try. and the crucible is automatically filled by our ever-full urn. So we've got the rest of the stuff, or I need to go grab it out of the storage system. And now we can craft that blank seal. Apparently we get 3 of them, so if this goes horribly wrong, we have backups. Should just be able to toss the sword in and create the seal. And there we go. Control seal store. Yep, that's the one we needed. So checking our quests. And an advanced control seal is a different item. So how do we craft that? Let's see, Thaumanomicon. Do we have a thing for doing that? I don't see a thing for advanced control seals in here. Maybe it's under the control seal store. Don't see it there. Check control seals. Not seeing it there. Ah, that's what we need. Apparently we had the wrong thing, so we need a bit of census and a bit of cogito. So I know cogito we can get from zombie brains. And census, I can't remember where we get that from. Where did we get census? Apparently we can use our mystical flowers for that. So, now, and let's put that in, and put that, what? I'm confused. That just get placed on top instead of going into the cauldron and used. Oops. I don't think that worked. Let's try that again. Alright, first the swords. And we make the seal. Now we toss in the zombie brain and the lime flower. And use the seal on... What? Oh, nope. That just got rid of the water again. Okay. We toss in actually 2 flowers in the brain. Then we toss in the seal, which doesn't seem to want to work. And that just got rid of it. Or not. Just restart this whole process. Okay, swords. Blank seal. That apparently still has the other seal on it. I don't know why. 2 things of census. 1 thing of cogito. And I have no clue what just happened, because I definitely didn't get the seal back. Okay, for attempt number 4 or 5 at this point, I grabbed Viz crystals of the stuff, and apparently we keep putting the seals on the side. So we need 10 census and 10 cogito. So let's stick those in, stick those in. And now let's try and toss the seal in. No, it's not letting us put it in. Maybe because the other seals are in the way? Unless we toss it in which case it just gets rid of it. I have no clue what's going on there. But I guess we can toss it in again, because that's about the only thing we can do to get it in there. And I guess we'll just use some quartz slivers to try and regain some of the essence that we had. Since we have no clue what's going on with this thing. And since that doesn't seem to want... So since crafting the advanced control seal doesn't seem to want to work, let's see what else we have to get done for this page. The next thing with this group, let's see if we can't get one of these groups done at least. Arcane Bellows, I know we have to craft. That requires... Nope. Artifice. Blaze Rod, Nether Brick, and Obsidian. To get the research so we can unlock that. Okay. Useful stuff grabbed. Delete that. Don't think we really need the furnace. We just need to make the bellows. So we need an air viz crystal, which... look at that. I am glad I went and got a bunch of those gathered up earlier. And now that is completed. Addendum added to Essentia Smelting and Eternia Furnace. New page added. Arcane Bellows to Infernal Furnace, showing some interesting results. The elemental infused air not only stokes the flames, but increases its smelting speed. Ooh. If we're using that, that would be quite useful. But we have to craft the bellows anyway. Wood, 2 leather, and an iron. really, really simple. What's this? Greatly increase the heat and generates... Ooh, that'll speed up this thing. Materials gathered. Let's get that... Wait, it would actually help if we crafted the wood into what we needed. So, there is one Arcane Bellows, which completes that quest. And we can go stick that on there, and hopefully that should get our Essentia smelter smelting faster. Because I keep needing lots and lots of Essentia. So that's one more thing off of our list. And the next thing is going to be a turret gun. We need advanced automated crossbow. So let's see, that should be on, not this page, artifice. Nope. So it looks like we need to go through a bit of a crafting line for getting through these pages, which I did not get through earlier. So I'm going to go get those researched up, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I have gotten everything for the first part of the automated crossbow. Here we don't really need automated crossbow, we need Golemancy Theory. That's... I'm going to be honest, I do not like this mod at all. Golemancy. Good. The theory crafting stuff and everything's not that hard. It's just that it's rather tedious to go through the whole process. And the fact that in order to get anywhere with it, you have to keep crafting these theories, which for quite a bit of it just feels like it's just a shot in the dark as to what you get. And when you really need a particular theory, it doesn't seem to want to give you the pages for that. And fortunately, we managed to get a Golemancy Theory from that. Requires missing research biothomic mines. I know what that one is. Requires another Golemancy Theory. See my issue here? We're caught in a never-ending loop of having to constantly craft more theories. On the plus side, though, this seems to be going quite well, and this, almost at 1.5%. Oh, and our Tinker's tank here is almost full of Molten Infinity. Okay, biothomic mines. Complete that. And Adam ended. Oh, did we not? Were we not able to craft it because we hadn't gotten the addendum stuff? Interesting. Also, apparently I can use the Golemancer's barrel to remove seals. So I can now remove the seals that I had placed on the side of the cauldron, or crucible, rather. And we can try and use those to craft the advanced seal. So let's go grab the stuff that we need for that. Real quickly, it was 10 census and 10 cogito. And we just need to toss those in there. Okay. What? Filter. I don't... Well, there's now more stuff that we can do, but we still can't seem to place that so it actually upgrades. And I am still very much confused as to why this isn't working. Wonder if we try tossing it in now? No. Still nothing. Alright, so a few more attempts later, and still no luck at all at crafting it. Alright, we will have to figure that out later, because that is driving me nuts. Trying to figure out how that's supposed to work. So let's go back and check what's going on with that crossbow. Orifice. Oh hey, just complete that. So, we need biothomic mind, which is... Ooh, that's a lot. Flux arcane mechanism. Okay, looks pretty simple. Simple arcane mechanism. And that's just a few plates. And let's see what we need for the actual crossbow itself. We need a biothomic mind and the crossbow thing, which requires the clockwork mind. Again, so we need 2 of those. We have 1. And just another simple arcane mechanism. and a thaumium plate. Alright. Before we get too far down this rabbit hole, thaumium seeds. It's one of the 2 seeds that we are missing. So, let's go craft some of those. So, essence, thaumium, seeds. And now we can go plant those in one of our empty garden cloaks over here. Let's do this one. So now all we're missing is some void steel seeds, which we needed to have Thaumcraft to craft those as well. And then once that's grown, that should automatically filter into here. I don't know why there's mercury or whatever it is in that bottom one. What is it? Quicksilver. Oh, so yeah, mercury. In that storage drawer that should be empty for void steel. That's going to be fun to move because it's several stacks. So getting back on track to crafting our biothomic mind. Okay, let's see. Brain in a jar. Let's work on that, I guess. Jar, 2 spider eyes, brain, and a bucket of water. A little short on buckets of water right now. Oh, cool. We can just take out a bucket of water right from there. That's very useful. Let's go get the thing over here set up. So we need that on that pedestal. And what essences do we need? I don't think we need any of the ones that we have here. So Exanimus, Sensus, and Cognito. So as I thought, we need none of the ones that we have here. Should probably make a small rack for the essences we don't have full. So let's study infusion instability further. We should probably actually unlock the thing for it. Oops. Doing the actual unlocking of the recipe might be a good idea. What do we need for that? Another Golemancy Theory. Alright. I guess I'm just going to go craft up a bunch of theories here. And hopefully by then we will actually be able to craft everything we need to be able to craft. So I will go do that. And then I will be back once I actually have sanity. Alright. So it turns out that we basically had just about everything that we needed unlocked. Now there's a couple things that we still need to fill out. But I did get this brain in a jar. And I think if we might as well put it there. It's got eyes. No, it's got eyes. And they follow you. Okay. I still have no clue on this advanced control seal. But the automated crossbow, got all the stuff for that now. The base done. Now we need this biothomic mind. So I have everything here except the zombie brain. So I need to go get one of those. So with that grab, the weird whistling is weird. Okay, we just need to put this clockwork mind in the middle between a zombie brain and a complex arcane mechanism. Oh wait, I got it there. And we just need machine and mind, which, given what we're trying to create, makes sense. We've already got a mind that we've been using. Whoops. And I should have enough machine. Did I filled a machine recently? Yes. So let's get down our mind and machine essences and get that started up. And while we wait for that to infuse, let's see what else we have to work on. So the sword and the tools are all infused. Blake, advanced focus, which also requires infusion. Let's do a quick check, see how much order we have. Okay, we got enough order. Wonder if we can't get some more, though. Actually, no, we have Ordo Crystals, but that's not half as fun. So let's take a look at what stuff have Ordo. Concrete. Only one, though. Let's see what's in the higher levels. Crystal Matrix Ingot. Huh, apparently we can toss nether stars in there and get 20 order from it. You know what, let's do that. I think I've got a good amount of nether star essence saved up. Yep, over a stack, so we don't really have to go and get those out of the EMC table. Alright, always good when we can do that. Getting a pretty good amount now, because I've got the two things hooked up. And let's check on this. 1.5. Okay, now to burn some nether stars, which if we watch, as that burns, we should see, yeah, the flux is going up whenever we burn something. And at this point, though, our infusion crafting should be done. So, hey, look at that. Biothermic mind. But that should be everything now to craft the crossbow, except apparently 2 iron plates. And there we go. 1 advanced automatic crossbow. Pretty fancy looking. So, what's next? We have this Viz battery, this blank advanced focus. Let's get this in, because that's going to take some time to infuse. And we need order and precontatio, and I don't think I have a jar of either over there. So I guess we have to go and see what we can fill from what we have here. You know what? I wonder if we can just grab those and fill them directly from the alembics. We should be able to. That would be much quicker than waiting for them to drain into the jars. Okay, so those have been filled up as much as we have right now. And now we just gotta put everything on the pedestals. And it looks like I am missing the ender pearl that we need. Alright. Pearl obtained. Get this mercury on here. And then we can get this started. That way we can work on other stuff while that infuses. So the other thing we need is those 2 sets. And a Viz resonator, quartz, and iron. Alright. 2 of our most common resources. Iron, quartz, magic room. And it's a iron plate that we need for this, isn't it? Yep. Wrong iron thing. And with the correct iron tool grabbed, and with the correct iron object grab, that should be the last of our regular crafting. I think everything else is infusion crafting. It's the right objects. Oh, we need crystals. Just grab a bunch of those. And there we go. Viz battery. Got a lot of unclaimed quests here. And a lot of stuff that we can either toss into the smeltery, or you know what? Let's just toss it into the EMC table. We need the EMC more than the Essentia. And then we can check what else we have left to do. And it looks like we basically have this control seal and 5 tools and Crimson Rights. Must unlock infusion in order to see the recipe in JEI. Ooh. You need void metal, 2 blank advanced focuses, 2 mundane rings. Get these, an amulet of Viz, 4 buckets of liquid death, that's easy, and scribing tools. Okay, and a Thaumanomicon. Most of this shouldn't be too hard for us to go and just grab. And it looks like 2 things of Ordo, or Aurum, of which we have 38. So just getting all of the stuff for that is going to take a while to smelt down. What other essences do we need? fire, order, earth, air, and Audacio. So let's get those separated out early. That way we can see exactly what we have and what we need to gather more of. And we're not having to search through this shelf when we actually want to go and craft this thing. And I think that's all of the, 3, 6, 9, 13 that we have. We got most of the full ones. We just need order and fire. Neither of which is particularly full right now. But fire should be pretty easy, and so should order, since we have the Viz crystals that we can use for those. We need to fill both of these two that we just used, as well as the Alienasis, which I think that one's mostly ender pearls. If I remember correctly, we got some here, yeah, from the nether stars. And we also have the 2 jars of Aurum that we have to get. And that is going to take a while. We've only got 18 in there. And I don't really know any other good sources to get it. But while we get all the stuff for that smelted up, let's look at the last thing that we need to do for the other quests that we have to finish for the Thaumium page. So what do we need for these tools? A couple essences and a Thaumium sword for the sword. So we need Thaumium swords, which, I never get that. We need Thaumium weapons, basically, and an infusion theory. But I had an infusion theory, but I guess not. Oh, well, guess it's time to craft one of those. And I think I'm gonna try and get bottles of the ones that we're missing. So, I guess we have a bit of a work ahead of us. Alright, so I have managed to get all of the essences that we need. And I believe all of the essences we need to make all these tools. At least I hope so. So, let's go and complete that. And then we need to infuse those. As you can see, I took a little bit of a break to go decorate this place up a little bit. And while I was doing that, our tank is now full. So let's go and quickly go and turn on the clicker, or mechanical user is what it's called. So we need to change that to always on. And, we need to change it to the correct setting so it actually activates the tap. And now that should hopefully drain, and then we can use the infinity for EMC. Hopefully that'll let us fill that up, because this is taking way too long. We are still only at 1.5%. So since that's not going to be doing anything impressive soon, so let's focus on what we need to do for here. Let's see, let's start sword. So we need air, modus, and avarizio. Actually, I believe we need similar materials for all of them. So it looks like the essences are changing. But we need to go grab some Viz crystals. But we can get some of the essences at least placed into there. That way we're not going through our shelves multiple times trying to find the essence that we need. I'm going to finish gathering up the stuff that we need for crafting at least the sword. And then I will be back once we're ready to start infusing that. Alright, so materials for the sword acquired. And it looks like all of these actually need 2 crystals and then great wood planks and raw earth. So hopefully, out of the way, this works. Should draw from the correct sources, hopefully. And there we go. It did in fact work. So now we just need to get the rest of these. So we need fabrication, metal and sense, herb, and entropy. So I'm gonna go grab those. So I guess I'm gonna infuse all these. And then I guess I will be back once we're ready to make our final Crimson Right objects. Alright, so that is all 4 or 5 of the tools that we had to make. And I've gone and gathered up all of the stuff that we need to make the final book. And also while we were working on some of that, we did manage to finally drain this down. We'll stick the blocks of infinity that we got from that into the EMC table here in a little bit. But we've got a couple things to build before we can finish this. Now, I did get 2 void metal ingots from completing quests, so technically we don't need this. To be honest, I want the void metal seeds, and those are going to require 4 ingots. So, void seeds here are just seeds and thaumium with a little bit of taint. And then once we get those infused, we just need to go and smelt up the void seeds that are produced. And we will be able to craft those seeds and still have enough void metal left to make the Crimson Rites book. And there we go. That's the last of the mystical agriculture seeds we were missing, which means that we now have a full set of stuff and a bunch of Quicksilver essence to take care of. So we actually have space to store the essence from these. Alright, so full set of essences there, which means we can move on to the next part of this. Crafting. So we got 4 void metal, we got 2 blank advanced focuses, we need 2 scribing tools, 2 mundane rings, 2 amulets of viz, and I have the 4 liquid death. So, scribing tools are those. And then to make these mundane rings, we just need a ring of nuggets, like so. Now this amulet of viz, we need to infusion craft. So we need mundane amulets, which aren't too hard to get. And I need another resonator. So it looks like we just need to put that in the middle. And we can go grab the jars that we need. So let's see, what is it that we need? So Potentia, Aurum, and Vacuous. So 2 of those are right here. Vacuous is looking a little empty. And there's the Aurum. So with those placed down, it looks like we need 1 of just about every Viz crystal that we have. Let's get our Viz Resonator in place. Let's check to make sure which one we don't need. So, as per usual, not chaos, so those 5. And let's go, oh wait. Might as well grab all of the ones that we need for the next one as well, while we're over here. So, with those now set up, that should hopefully be everything. So let's see, what can we smelt up real quick to make more vacuos? Because although we probably have enough to craft the 1 amulet, I don't think we have enough for the 2nd. So, what has this aspect? Ender chests. We should just be able to pull some of those out of the EMC table. And I know there was stuff on that pedestal, and it's still gathering essence. Apparently stuff is falling off the pedestals. It's never done that before, so I guess we have to watch this one a little bit more closely. And we have the previous infusions. Oh, that was an explosion. Gain temporary warp. Hopefully the stuff falling off does not affect the crafting. And we can still succeed with this. There we go, that's gone, that's gone. That's just fallen off. Back. And that's gone. Oh, we need the air. There we go. Okay. We got 1. Now we just have to do it again. I don't know what that stuff is, but it doesn't seem to be dangerous. Oh, we are definitely going to need more vacuos before we craft the 2nd one. So I'm going to get the stuff set up here, go smelt up a little bit more of that, and then I will be back. Alright, more vacuos attained. Put that onto there. And let's try this again and hope that this doesn't go completely wrong. That's the thing. Instability high. Okay. We're gonna need to watch this just to make sure that something doesn't fall off. And there we go. That is the second one of those that we needed. I have no clue what we're supposed to do about that purple water. I haven't gotten a note saying that we have more stuff in our Thaumanomicon. We just gained a bit of warp from that. Okay, so I think that warp is contributed to the sanity on the sanity checker. So let's check our sanity. Oof, we're up to the first yellow bar already. That is probably not good, and we should probably do something about that. But that should be everything. We need to make this. So start getting all of our crafting pieces set up in here, because I think we need just about all of the pedestals. And good, we can still put stuff on the ones that have the weird water on there. So that's all of the void metal. Check the order. So foci and mundane ring over here. I don't know if the order is actually important or not, but we might as well follow the book just to be safe. Don't want any major accidents happening, or for it not to craft properly because we didn't put it in the right order. And besides, it's not like it takes up too much more of our time. But now that is in, let's check the Thaumanomicon to see if there's anything really new. Not seeing anything. So, I guess it's time, if we can stop glitching into the wall, for us to move all of this essence into there. Okay, that is everything set up on here. Purple stuff seems to be disappearing slowly. Now, you know what? Let's not put our actual Thaumanomicon in there. Let's keep one for actual consultation in case something goes wrong, just to be on the safe side. Because this has very high instability, so there's a good chance of that happening. Alright, all preparations are complete for this final quest. Here goes nothing. Thaumcraft ran into a problem. Well, this is a problem if we can't craft it. I guess if we can't craft that, can we pull it out of the EMC table? Yeah, it's giving me an error every time I try. No. Alright. I guess if we can't get that to craft, and let's see how the balanced clay crafting is going. Probably not very well. 1.8%! Yeah, we're not going to get that anytime soon. I suppose the only thing we have left to do is toss as much infinity here as we can, toss all of it into the EMC table, and discover we still need more to get the last EMC battery. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic. The last 3 quests, and it's gonna take forever to get them, or we just can't seem to complete them. Oh well, if that's the case, then since we can't get this, I did the calculations on getting this, and just from the infinity cows that we have running now, it will take us about 8 months of constant AFK to fill that EMC table. And obviously that's not really an option. So I guess we're going to have to leave it there with 3 quests that we just can't do right now. Unfortunately, I don't really see that there's much else that we can do for this pack. So on that note, that is going to be the end of this episode and this series. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.